I recently got into Stardew Valley, so I've been gaming on the Steam Deck at night in bed. But there's a few problems. I've got little T-Rex arms, so the Steam Deck is pretty close to my chest. I would like it a bit higher, in a more comfortable position. But that's not going to happen. So I have to position myself like this, but by positioning myself like this, my arms go numb. So I have to do a little gamer arm shake to wake them up, which isn't nice. So I thought there must be a better way. And I think there is. So I built this censored object right here that you can't see. And what is it? It's a gaming nightstand. So the idea is popping a computer in the place of this drawer.
Bye, have a great time.
And what computer you're thinking? Well, this one that I had lying around. It's very old AMD in there, but young enough for it to have USB 3. So that's good. But I need to make sure that it's going to be playing the games that I want to play in bed. So it's time for a very short episode of With It Game! Well, I'm not off to a very good start with this PC. I tried to boot off this SSD that I had pre-prepared and it's not booting. So I threw in a hard disk just to make sure it was the drive, and now it's booting. It's just taking forever because it's a hard disk and not an SSD. So I took apart the SSD and this contact pad has come unsoldered. So I'm going to try and repair this because, well, it's still an SSD and I don't want to throw it away if it's still functional, but it just needs a little repair. So I'm going to do that and try and get this to boot with an SSD, and then we'll be able to see whether it games or not. But yeah, I can't have it with a hard disk. It's just so long. Okay, I've soldered it back together, plugged it in. Let's see if it boots. Nope. Okay, moment of truth. I've reinstalled Linux on the SSD that I've only partially popped back together. Press enter. Let's see if it will boot. Oh, Bing pot. We've done it. And now we're booting off of that repaired SSD. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'm gonna get everything I need installed. It's gaming. But it does get loud. Oh no, I got taken down. Victory! I don't know what we were playing, but we won. 23 for 4. Not bad. It is getting noisy. So it can play that just fine. Can it play Stardew Valley? Yes, it can. So there, Will It Game? Yes. Now we have to fit this into this. This is where the fun part starts. So my plan is, as it's this top drawer that's a bit broken, I'm going to get rid of that. And then, with bits of wood that I've got lying around the garage, I'm going to make a base plate, 2 side plates, no back plate, and a front plate with a handle, and I think I'll pop the turn on button, the on button, on the faceplate. I am only doing this with bits of wood that I'm finding lying around because it's only a concept. Oh yes, so computer's going in there, completely forgot, and the screen is going on this old microphone arm that I've got lying around. So I'll just drill a hole in the top, plonk that in, and then I can pivot the screen around however I want it, which will be brilliant. I probably pop it at the back. Probably be quite nice, so it can come all the way around. and get right up in my face. And that should do the trick for the screen. So I need to build a support for the screen to go on there. And I need to build the drawer and then fit the computer inside the drawer. So let's get to it. So cool, got our base plate. And we need to cut this for the front, nail them together, pop the sides on, and we're good to go. Assetto Corsa Evo does not boot on that machine, it's too old. But it doesn't matter because I can always play it through Steam Link, as there is no Steam Cloud save on it yet. So yeah, and then if I like this, well then I can upgrade the PC, have something a bit more powerful in. So yeah, if you want to see that, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, of course, and comment and share, and create a whole fan club, and then create a statue of me and worship me. Make me a god. Cool, I'm making a drawer. So we've learnt one thing. I'm not a carpenter, but I have a drawer. I didn't do any backing because extra ventilation, I guess. So here's my plan for fitting it. Motherboard like that. GPU goes in like that. I'm gonna have to do something about those. And what I am referring to is this little leg that normally goes behind the motherboard. So I'm going to take off that bracket. Okay, I'll just take that bracket off. So GPU in like that. Wi-Fi card in there. Like that. So that all has enough room to breathe. Power supply. Well, this is the tricky one. So I think we're going to have it like that. How close is that though? That's pretty darn close. From the back of the power supply to the fan, that's pretty close. Okay, yep, so if I move it forward, I'll get all these cables out the way. If I make a giant mess, well, so if that goes in like that, we can see there's a bit of fan area there, so that'll be fine. So the motherboard has to go straight to the front, and this has to go right at the back. I don't want to pop a big hole in the front. No fan, SSD, double-sided tape, there. Hope the standoffs aren't gonna bug. Whatever, doesn't matter. This power supply is going to have to be fixed to the side like that. Which means using the shroud to fix it to the side. So don't do what I'm about to do. Take apart a power supply. There we have it, the floating PSU. Patent pending. Yeah, so that is very close to the fan, but it's got half the fan to breathe. Half a fan is better than no fan. So I think it's standoff time. The standoffs are in. They've just screwed into the bottom plate. That's why I did choose this one with the metal backing, because I thought that would be better. And it goes in quite alright. Doesn't really rub at all, so that's really good. Now, as it's getting quite late, I think I'm going to paint so it can dry overnight. The drawer has dried. I think it's time to build a computer in here. And there, it is done. It's all in this. It was a bit of a hassle to get this in, especially I popped it in once and then forgot I didn't pop the grill on, so that's on there. It's all wired up. GPU is in there. I mean, the power supply is resting on this fan, so that is the extent of our cooling, but that should be fine. Double-sided tape our SSD to the side here. Got the screen plugged in, so this should just work, shouldn't it? Oh yes, that is one thing. I need a power button. There we go. A working drawer PC. Look at that, huh? I need to figure out a turn on button. So let's do that. So I've drilled my hole for my button and I'm just using a keyboard switch that I just soldered some wires on and a little clip so I can clip onto the motherboard. So pop that through there, push that into place. It's a tight fit.
That's what she said.
And then just got to plug that on down here. Power in, supply on, and moment of truth. I missed a pin. Test 2. Yes! My gaming drawer is done. Now we have to make a screen basically so I can use the PC while in bed. So like I said, I was going to use this microphone arm, which I've just made a back plate for the screen, and I've hot glued a bolt into this. I mean, it's not very elegant, but it'll get the job done. I'm just going to drill a hole in the rear hand corner, just here, like that, and then this will be able to swivel around and go over my face.
That's what she said.
And this setup is just awesome. Right now I'm just watching a video on YouTube. I am comfortably in bed. The setup is just awesome. And I can play like half sat up, or I can literally play completely flat with the screen above me. Very comfortable, and it's brilliant that it's touchscreen. So is this setup perfect? No. But the concept is just brilliant. I can lie in bed, I can do some gaming without holding up the SteamDeck and getting my arms all numb. So that's cool. The few things I would want to change: this screen isn't the best quality screen for low light, and also, well, I'm having a bit of a problem with the double-sided tape. That's not really doing a good job anymore. The actual holding mechanism, well, just with hot glue, isn't perfect. The screen is very loose, so I'd need to find something a bit more permanent for that. The PC that's in the setup isn't at all powerful enough. It gets really noisy and really hot for nothing, like right now. That's quite a bit of noise for not doing much, and when I'm watching even YouTube videos it's making a racket. Also, the other thing, this PC a bit too old, so it doesn't have Bluetooth, so I had to use big big wired headphones, sorry, which aren't really comfortable for in bed. So I did try to counteract the PC by just using a mini PC. Modern, Bluetooth, quiet, as powerful as that big rig with the GTX 1030 in it. Nope, that's not a 1030. Don't know what that card is, AMD, whatever. And that was okay. This was really okay. The only thing is the screen. In low light, the blacks are just too, well, when you take down the brightness, it says, it just takes down the colors, so browns become black, and black is just too black. You can't see. There's just no details anymore. But the actual concept of this is brilliant. V2, I think, would be amazing. With probably just a bigger screen, with better low light and better quality. And the PC. Now I'm tempted. Do I just stay with a mini PC? Or do I go full fat gaming PC? That is where I'm a bit stuck. I do like having a big PC so I could play even bigger games like Assetto Corsa Evo, which is very controller friendly now. Brilliant project. I love it. I'd really need a PC upgrade, a screen upgrade, Bluetooth headphones, which would be nice. And that means I could use a Bluetooth controller as well and not use this piece of junk. And there goes the screen again. Well, thanks for watching, and if you're interested in seeing V2, hit the subscribe button. I'm sure one day I'll definitely do it because I just love this setup. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And with the screen falling off, I'm going to call it a day. And the off button. Look at that. Whoa, just turns off one click. And good night, the world.